Oh, yeah. Hey, we're on. That was funky. Nice intro, right? Well, thanks for tuning in or clicking on or however you got here. Things are getting interesting. I am up to 7 subscribers. Hey, that's cool. But I've decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'll push it. You want to subscribe? Do it. This is for me, but hey, have some fun. I don't care. I'm not going to discourage people from following anymore or whatever. Though, anyway, I think people do what they want to do. If you want to do it, if you don't. I don't care. Anyhow, welcome to the High On Network. Started making some videos recently. Yeah, it's I'm having fun. I'm having fun convincing people that I'm a total crackpot. What's the famous quote? Unhinged crackpot and scientifically illiterate conspiracy theorist. That one is going to stick. I might have some cards made up saying that because it's kind of a badge of honor in this day and age. Right? But anyhow, New Year. My dad always used to say, Año Nuevo, Vida Nueva. I won't translate that for you. Well, of course I will. That means new year, new life. But it's the same life. It's just what you do with it, right? I'm noticing a lot of things doing these videos. One of the many things I'm noticing is that my glasses are crooked. That is because, well, I sat on them a while back and I don't feel like getting new ones. Because these days I'm not about new shit. That's stupid. I am so, I don't know. I think it's dumb to keep buying new shit when you don't have to. These work perfectly fine. They might be a little crooked. They still work. Can't see with them anyway. Like I keep saying, my eyes are better to see things I'm not supposed to see than for what I'm supposed to see. So what does that mean? Good question. We'll try to figure that out sometime. But anyhow, one of the videos I had the most fun making was the one where I was showing pictures of Spain and traveling and things like that, which was the original idea of the High On Network. So I thought we would continue it today. And that always brings up other discussions. And you know, this is me, so I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. So I apologize if it makes you think I'm crazier than you already think I am, or if I say something that might offend you. I hope not. I'm just trying to have discussions, man. I'm not angry about anything. Everybody should do what they want to do. You know, I spent a really long time over the last pandemic years and spent a long time just thinking, why do people think like this? Why do people think like that? Are you really that scared? I mean, you know, are you not? Don't you have common sense? I mean, but these days, fuck it. You know, you do what you want to do. I'll do what I want to do. That's that. That's that. Well, what's the point in arguing? That's what they want us to do. They want us to argue with each other. If you want to strap 27 masks to your face, go ahead if that makes you feel better. I'm not gonna, but that's okay, right? That's me. But you do what you want to do. Now, the most important thing I need to preface here is that all these crackpot conspiracy theories, I'm not saying any of that is true. I'm just saying it's another option, you know, and a lot of times there's actually more evidence for the conspiracy theory than there is for what you believe. By you, I mean the normal people, right? Now, Abby normal. Maybe I'm due to revisit Young Frankenstein again sometime. Maybe there's some messages in that. There's freaking messages in every freaking movie I'm watching. I've been going down a weird road because my mom would be happy, but I've been revisiting Revelations and lots of Bible verses and this and that. Not for, you know, to get closer to God. I couldn't possibly be closer to God. But to as sort of a history book, because you know it kind of almost is. It's almost a better history book than the history books we read and that are shoved down our throats. I mean, once you start doing the research and you see, holy crap, that was true, you know. So do it, Go down the rabbit holes. It's fun, and let me tell you, it's better than obsessing over 2022 elections or any of that garbage because it's all irrelevant, and who knows if we'll even make it to 2022, at least as we are. But do we really want it to stay as we are? Sometimes a revelation is welcome, isn't it? And by revelation, I mean an unveiling. And by an unveiling, I mean an apocalypse. And if you watch plenty of YouTube channels, there's all sorts of people saying things. There's all sorts of things being revealed. There's all sorts of What I never bog down myself with is dates, giving dates or any of that, because that's stupid. And time seems to be speeding up. I was reading somewhere that last year was actually 2021 was happened faster than previous years. So time is relative, man. It's all relative. Everything is relative, and we don't know what the heck it is. So, except some of us strap on some white lab coats and make ridiculous figures, and look at look at deceiving people some more. Wow, I'm telling you, we are in the Truman Show, except it's the Sindo Show, whoever you are. A lot of us just don't know it. Some of us are playing the part. Some of us are overplaying it. Some of us are downplaying it. But it's all a part. You just have to figure out how to write your own script. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm slowly getting there. Quicker than before, but there's still a lot to know. And that's the problem that a lot of people get into with these videos and that I'm watching is people get on one thing and then they try to hammer it into your head like this is the only way. And it's not, because it's different for everyone. And my reality is probably different from yours. Yeah. But anyhow, you know what? I'm getting kind of deep here. So let's get to yesterday and a trip through. Oh, okay. Hold up a second here. This is that is Sassafras. No, that's Sarsaparilla. She shouldn't be there, but she's cute and she's fuzzy. So there we go. This is the reason I didn't do a video yesterday. Now, because these guys, it was snowing out, it was cold, they just didn't want to go anywhere. That's Sally, that's Roly, and that's Polly down there. There we go. And they just wanted to be on me all day. That's Roly. He's the one with the backwards legs. You can kind of see it here. He's super cool. I love that little guy. I love them all. They love me. But they wouldn't leave me alone yesterday. Now, this is Sassafras right there. And that's Polly. And that's some guy. And here we go. Wouldn't leave me alone. On my chest, on my face. It was so much fun. Kitties. Who doesn't love kitties? And then this one staring at me like, what you looking at? What you looking at? And look. And there's Sassafras right up at my neck. Wow, these kitties. Oh, look at these two. They're getting so big. They're getting so big. Oh, yeah. But anyhow, let's get to, I thought I'd show you where I was living in Spain when I was there on my retreat, on my solo retreat. Such a beautiful place and so much history there. And I was saying, too, that I was telling my aunt, I was living there with my great aunt, who was pushing 90, I guess. And we talked a lot of history, things about the town, things that started making me go, But anyhow, I almost wish I was there now. This was a little broken down building next to my aunt's house. There was a metal window to look inside the broken down building, broken down house. There's Dum Dum and Fuzz the day we got there, exploring the outside. Little Sindo used to walk there when he was tiny on this little walkway. It's my aunt's house right there. There's a door there. Let's get into the kitchen. Well, little walkway, then there's a kitchen. Don't know why I'm telling you that, but it's super cool. Ah, yes, this is the abandoned house next to it too. Pretty funny thing. Now, they build houses, I guess, if you read anything about history, they used to build houses close together to be able to protect them, I guess. That's what they tell us. And this was a house made out of rocks. They used to just put rocks on top of each other. It was really cool. And this one was right next to my great aunt's. And the way the people are there, this house is falling apart. I mean, you can see it's falling apart. And the owner will not sell it because that's the way they are. They love their property. Won't sell it. Dum Dum and Fuzz exploring. This is also the house where I had a mama stray cat living in the attic of the part of the house I was sleeping in. And she had 4 little kittens, and she raised them here. I'm going to put them in another issue sometime. But look at this, man. I mean, there's no filters on this camera or nothing. This is just the way it looks. Those are the grapevines. There's Fuzz exploring. Look at these rocks. That's the abandoned house, too. So Aha! This is actually a picture I submitted to a magazine. It was for this water. They wanted to see, I don't know, the water out in the world in real life situations. Or drinking that water and hanging with the chickens. I don't know if I won or not because I never checked back again. And there's Fuzz exploring. Fuzz exploring again. Again, the pictures are by me. This was a little kind of terrace at my aunt's house on the side of one of the bedrooms. Dum Dum and Fuzz exploring it. There was a quince tree right here. You can't quite see. Let's see. But isn't it beautiful? I mean, look at this. I never appreciated that when I was a kid, I don't think. And again, on this trip, we are just sticking right by the house. So this is all right around the house. These are like some collard greens. And oh, these are called Oreos, like the cookie Oreos, but spelled differently. And obviously, it doesn't mean a cookie. But these are these things that are all over Spain, and they use them to keep corn and things like that in to dry. Oreos. Beautiful pictures, man. This is our neighbor's house. They were cool. They were cool. Fig tree on these figs were killer. Dum Dum Fuzz exploring again. What the hell are you looking at? Yeah. This one I thought was a great picture. Dum Dum's like, hey, smelling that carnation. She's very photogenic, though. That's a good sometimes, but she's pretty photogenic. And there's Fuzz stalking something. This one I call my Fuzz Lion King picture. That's like one of the greatest pictures ever. This was a rooster that I bought my great aunt to keep her chickens company. It's a mini rooster, and he was pretty cool. He was the king of the hill. King of the hill. Dum Dum exploring again. There's the cock. Hey, I'm bigger than you. Yeah. Attention, ladies. These are the rules for today. Why don't you all getting me the good grubs? Yeah, I used to watch the chickens a lot. It's actually lots of fun. Look at how they used to make fences back then. These are just slabs of something stuck in the ground. Pretty cool, huh? Fuzz. Fuzz in the fig tree. Fuzz looking out the window. More chickens. After when they were ready in August, late August, we would pick these grapes, and I got to do it once. I picked these grapes with my great aunt. Maybe I'll do a video on it sometime. And we made some wine out of these grapes and from some other vineyards. And we're not talking vineyards like everybody has a bottling company and we make our own bottles of wine and all that. But everybody has some grapevines and they make their own wine for personal consumption. More chickens. Dum Dum in her walrus pose. But look at these houses. Look at what these people did back then. And when was this built? I'd love to find out. But block on top of block on top of block on top of block. Here's a square. There's the door. The window. Little rocks to fill in. Such artistry. Yeah, this is that other abandoned house I showed you before next to my aunt's. But I thought that was a pretty cool picture. What do we got here? That's that Oreo I showed you. This is where the kitties used to hang. More grapevines. And we got Dum Dum rolled it in the dirt. She's so sweet. I love that kitty. My best friend. This one, artistry, huh? Here we go. Ooh, those figs were awesome. Attention, I no longer bite my nails. I only bite my thumbnail on each hand. Everybody in my entire family was telling me forever to stop biting my nails. I bit them forever until I met my wife at 43 years old. I was 43. Then I stopped biting all of them except for the thumbs. Hey, you can't have everything. Here's the sun on fire behind the house. Ooh, this was walking down the dark path. That was so much fun. As a kid, I used to, my best friend at the time and I, when I was still living in Spain, we were little. We must have been like 4 years old, 5 years old, maybe 6. And we lived, in different parts of the town. And there were these dirt roads going from one end to another. Now, there were no street lights or anything. So, we were little kids. We would walk each other halfway home, and then we'd run the hell back each our own way. It was so much fun. More sun pictures. Except this one it just looks funky sometimes. The sky looks funky to me a lot, and these days I know why. And one day you will too. Look at this. It looks fake. Fake. Why are there so many 90-degree angles there? Who the hell knows? Again, now we have these rocks. Look at how they used to make a fence or a separation, And then no posts, no fence posts. These are the original fence posts. It's pretty funny because when we moved to the States in the early 70s, a popular TV show was Little House on the Prairie. Now, I remember perfectly well not knowing any English and watching TV and going to school and all that, like first grade. But we would watch Little House on the Prairie, and there would be like the part where they show you everybody, a one room schoolhouse, and that's what we did in Spain. I mean, we didn't have a phone in Spain until like the mid '80s. Nobody did. We didn't have outdoor plumbing. I mean, indoor plumbing in the States till in Spain, in our little village till the '80s. So you go figure. Yeah, you go poop in the corn. Yeah, did that plenty of times. So that's why I find it funny back when I was being political, people telling me about my white privilege. Yeah, did you shit in the corn? Oh boy, bees on a fig tree. Beautiful. Oh man, I keep saying, walking around, just walking, you get plenty to eat. That's that house I liked again. I'm starting to think this might have been a kitchen and that might have been a drain because it's some kind of groove. I don't know. I would love to go back there now and explore the inside of these places and actually go in. Now, this is the moon over another Oreo at a neighbor's house. This is the fog. I used to walk, I think I mentioned it in the other video. I used to walk about 5 miles to the neighboring city to do a little work and have some coffee and do whatever. And this was during a walk one day. It was particularly foggy. Again, these little rock walls are everywhere. This I loved. I don't know why, but what the fuck was going on here? It's almost like laser beams. I mean, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. Oh, this is the groundhog. They used to come around every night, and the cats would follow around. They soon learned that you can't really fuck with the hedgehog, because, well, he's pokey. More moon pictures. Some dude and his cat. Fuzz. I missed that cat, too. We got here in January 2020. She died on my birthday. And look at this. It's almost like a dragon flying, if you believe in that kind of stuff. It's the road I used to walk up. Kind of nice. Yeah. Scenery picture. Oh, yeah. This was, there was a forest fire while I was there. And yeah, there were forest fires everywhere. At one point, we were surrounded. Everything burnt down. Luckily, no one was hurt in our part. But I remember in the on the news, they would say, and luckily, no one was killed. Yeah, no person, but countless animals. This were closer to the main village of the area that we were living in. This looks like the sky lit up. Don't know what happened there. Beautiful picture of Fuzz by the Oreo. They almost blend in together. Nice lighting effect. No filters. It just came out that way. This one reminds me of a UFO. But it's not. Here we got some birds in the air. Those other pictures that I show sometimes, like the Madonna of the UFO, that one, that's not a bird. These here, obvious birds. Obvious birds. More stuff. Oh, that was the last picture. All right, cool. So that's that. That's that. So that was the immediate surroundings, right? And hopefully got a little view into what I looked at each and every single day. But now let's see what the walk around the area look like, shall we? Because I like taking pictures, and sometimes they bring up things to talk about. Yeah, some thorny bushes, some other things, blackberries, pretty cool. Yeah, look at these trees. How old is this path over that water right there? Older than anything. I used to say older than anything in the States, but I'm finding the States are older than most of us have been told too. Oh, look at that. I got artsy here with the dragonfly. This one, a more Catholic geared person would say that's a religious figure etched into the trunk of a tree. Lots of spiders right there. Lots of baby spiders. Yep. Man, I had spiders that were like the size of my hand hanging down on me from the ceiling of the house I was sleeping in. Look at that. Look at that. It's just amazing. This, another one of those community fountains. You had to walk down, and I think the spout is over here somewhere. Or over there. I don't know where the heck it is. It's over there somewhere. More trees. Yeah. This one, perfectly stripped. A gate to nowhere. Seriously, this was a gate to nowhere. This must have been somebody's field at some point. They put a fence around it and then just let it go to hell. There's a lot of that going on. I guess about to eat a blackberry. Some unripened blackberries. More trees reaching for the sun, for the lifeblood. Look at these trunks. Look at these trunks. I love these things. You know, you look at them enough, you start seeing your environment around there. You start seeing mountains in the trees. Start seeing trees in the mountains. Hey, that was a neighbor's donkey. Guess what? We ended up moving to Ireland a couple of years after Spain. The house we lived in came with a donkey. His name was Bob, and he was famous. He'd been in a movie. We'll talk about him at some point, too. Let's see what we got. During the walk to the city, here we got, this was morning time. Sun was shining through the clouds. This was a little overpass, train tracks. There were two sources of light. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. What do we got here? This is a really abandoned washing bin. This is where you used to come and do your laundry, basically. That's your laundromat. This thing used to fill all the way up to the top with the water. That's what you used to, wring your clothes out on. Boy, I have an affinity for blackberries and downed tree trunks. Look at this. That's a step into the past right there. Step into the past. Wow. I could tell you exactly where this is. I used to find mushrooms there too. Used to have a lot of amanitas growing in these forests. That was my walking stick. Just thought that made a good picture. More figs. Yummy. Wow, this was at a place called Pathos, I think, that I went with my friend Jaime. I'll probably be making a video just about him because he's super cool. But these are all vineyards people have, and this area was known for their wine. So these are professional vineyards, not, the grapevines that people have on their houses and their property. This one, I was standing right here and got shot by the light of the Lord. No, but it was a cool picture. That looked funky. What I liked about this one was that it was obvious that somebody made a little pathway through there. So there were some critters running through there. There was a warthog, wild boar issue there. So lots of them there. Wolves were making a comeback too. But I just basically loved the forest. There's a pole under there. You can't tell. It's a concrete pole. So it wasn't that ancient. Trees. There's the bee again. I think that there's my walkway. More figs. The rays of light again. Little bits of color. Another wall with, look at these freaking vines. I'm obsessed with vines also. They remind me of veins. Veins, vines. Get it? Yeah. I would love to be walking through here right about now. Look at that sky. What the hell was going on there? This thing. The cats brought that home. Thought it looked like some kind of alien. That's more of an alien than what is painted to be aliens. This was at a place we went hiking one day, and it's the oldest, supposedly, castle in the area. There's lots of castles in Spain, but this one was so old that all that remains are a couple of foundation stones, like all over, and just crap, like it was obliterated. Now, a lot of these Tortarian and mudflood things are starting to make sense when you see things like that. What the hell exploded that into bits, right? Not sure what I was trying to do there. Oh, yeah, this one I remember perfectly. Walking to the town in the morning, mist coming up out of the ground. Moss. Who doesn't love moss? Moss on the trees. Water. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Actually, I would drink probably most of this if it was in the running section. Yeah, don't drink still water. Running water's fine. But look at that. Years of moss buildup on there. So freaking cool. Huh. All right, and that's the last one, right? Yeah. So yeah. So what are we going to talk about? I guess let me clear up a couple of things I was talking about the other day. The what do you call it? The thing about that confused some people. I mean, there's not a lot of people listening to me other than myself, but the thing that confused one particular person was saying, "Are you saying suicide?" And I think I said no. I think I said no, and I said that in the video. I wasn't saying that. Okay, let me straighten out here. The other day I said that the point of living, that I believed that the point of living is to die. And that doesn't mean to kill yourself. That means to figure it out and move on to somewhere else. It takes a lot of us a lot longer to figure it out. That's why I said that when the people are born at birth or in vitro or whatever, they're dying because they figured it out. They figured it out in vitro or something. It could happen, But it's just a theory. It's just a theory. It's just something that's in my head right now. We're here to learn some things. This is probably, like the Lord's Canon says, something like a school. And we're here to learn things, mainly about ourselves. And a lot of people get bogged down in why we are here. It's kind of like they send you to school and you forget that you're in school and you think you live there. And so you got to make a life for yourself there and be all about everything that's going on there and get stuck there. And I don't think that's the point of this. And when I said that the point of living is to die, and I do remember saying, I'm not saying that suicide is, no, that's cheating. That's cheating. And if you cheated the game, you just come right back here and you got to start over and you don't remember and you're back at level 1. That's my theory. And a few other people's, and probably many other people's, but that's what I believe right this second. So what I'm getting at is we're here to learn about ourselves. We're here to figure out who we are and what we are. And it's hard. It's hard because we get stuck. We get stuck. We get stuck with our loved ones. We get stuck with our jobs. We get stuck with our obsessions. We get stuck with our addictions. We get stuck with everything. We get stuck by life. All these things are thrown out at us. And there are people who are not really after our best interests, even though we put them in the position to be. And I'm talking about in the civilized world when we elect leaders to lead us, but they're working for us and they end up flipping the script. We're working for them. No, no, no. You guys have it wrong. Perfect example is everything that's going on right now. But like I said, we're not I don't want to get political, but what I'm trying to tell myself is to start thinking for myself. And I do. I think for myself a lot. A lot of times it gets me in trouble, or it got me in trouble. These days, my biggest trouble is figuring out a couple of particular issues. Everything else is fine and just patterns that keep popping up. And you know what it is? It's not just me. Think about it. There are patterns. I bet you find yourself in the same situations a lot. A lot. And I'm figuring out, like the holidays just passed, and I found myself by myself again. I mean, it's happened a lot around the holidays. And, many times it's of my own doing, but I'm starting to think it's so that I can be with myself. And the best part of doing that, no, the best way to do that, the best way to get the most out of being by yourself is to diminish outside energy, outside influences. And by that, I mean, the day I find myself with nothing to do, going on Facebook, I do it. Everybody does it. But not doing that, not checking the news, which I'm doing less and less every day, not doing much of anything but trying to figure out myself. Sitting there with your own thoughts, because that is something which is discouraged. It's discouraged. Sitting with your own thoughts is discouraged. It's frowned upon. You must always have your mind busy doing something. And I'm starting to believe that your mind needs recharging. Your mind needs to be selfish, and it needs to work on itself, which is yourself, which is you, I guess. I don't know. So I was thinking, oh man, it's getting warm. So I was thinking we get bogged down, and this is why I like doing these videos, because I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but that's what's going to happen. That's what should happen. See, I should be left in these situations. I'm somehow find myself by myself. What is the best thing I should do? How about work on myself? That would be good, right? So turn off the TV, turn off Facebook, maybe put on some good music, and by that I mean non-chaotic, and just lay there and drift. Maybe meditate. Meditation means many different things to many different people. I mean, it doesn't have to be with whale noises and flutes. You know what I mean? So, yeah, because when you sit there with your own thoughts, that's when you do the most progress on yourself, I believe. When I found myself in Spain, walking around this beautiful country in a forest, but basically by myself, is when I started realizing that some changes had to be made. And I started seeing the patterns, and I started getting on the right track. The right track that I've been on now for about 5 years, with a few derailments, but mainly it's because we are so freaking conditioned, and there is so many psychological operations going on. I mean, you hear the word and you're thinking sci-fi, you're thinking this and that, but mind control isn't a scientist strapping a metal helmet to your head and shoving wires up your ass. No. Mind control is TV commercials, TV shows, the news, music, newspapers, books. Now, I'm not saying all that stuff is bad, because that's also where the good answers are. See, I keep being told that it's about duality, And it is. Facebook is terrible, but Facebook is also good. Personal personal account of how Facebook is good. We all know how Facebook is terrible. Facebook is good in a way that in high school, my best friend in high school was this guy Jimmy. Jimmy and me, we were inseparable. We had a lot of great times. We did a lot of stupid shit together. But let me tell you, that guy was genuine. Still is. But after high school, after we graduated, I think we were in touch for another maybe year because I remember him hanging out in college with me a couple of times, coming to the radio station and stuff. But then eventually we drifted, and it's probably my fault because I have this uncanny ability to just detach myself from people when I don't want to or can't stay in touch. I just detach. But for years after that, so I don't know what happened. I mean, back then when all that was going on, I was getting started with a band. I was writing a magazine. I was doing lots of good stuff, but I was doing lots of bad stuff as well. So I don't know what happened. But I'd been looking for the guy forever, and anybody I asked wouldn't know where he was. And then he popped up on Facebook. After I spent years on Facebook looking, I found him. So Jim, if you're reading, watching, listening, good to see you, man. And he's doing great. So that's good. I was worried for a while that maybe things didn't go well, but he's doing great. So Facebook has been good, and one reason for that. Sorry about that. I'm itchy this morning. But yeah, I detach from people. I can say bye real easy, which kind of sucks because I do it, and a lot of times I'm not even doing it on purpose, and it just happens. I just forget, and then it's too late. Oh well, and now I lost my train of thought as I usually do. I got off of that train. So what are we going to talk about here? You know what? Another thing I was going to talk about. Oh, I remember. We were talking about the how the point of living is to die, and that it doesn't mean suicide. So we're here to learn. But there are too many distractions, and too many distractions to keep us from learning because the only way we learn is by sitting with our own thoughts. And I'm convinced we don't need schooling as it is. We don't. The educational system is set up to make you another number. You're a social security number, among other things. And the educational system just makes another cog for the machine. And the machine keeps spinning and rolling and doing its bullshit as long as we keep feeding it. I've never been one to feed the machine too well. I guess that's why I'm where I am today. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm not saying it's a great thing either. Though thinking about it is a pretty good thing when you think, well, I haven't fed into that. Oh, I never bought into that. But then that's ego, isn't it? Because I don't want to say I'm better than someone that doesn't buy into I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say half the time. What I'm trying to say is think about the things you believe in and whether they make sense or not. Because many of the things that don't make sense, they don't make sense for a reason. The problem is doublespeak, gaslighting, all that stuff. They're making you believe 2 and 2 is 5. I mean, look how far we've come. Nowadays, people don't know what bathroom to use. We get bogged down in the little things. People nowadays are talk about an attachment. They're talking about living forever Living forever. Have that here. Here we go. There we go. The Live Forever Club. It's actually a thing. And Jeff Bezos is actually working on something similar. The Live Forever Club. Let me tell you what the Live Forever Club is all about. Here we go. Live Forever Club. How to live long enough to live forever. Longevity, life extension, biological immortality, living forever. Wherever you want to call it, you're in the right place. The Live Forever Club collates news articles, online resources, and lots of useful tips. All of the latest information is available to all, part of the club's philosophy of equality and longevity, with more comprehensive and archive information accessible by members. The club tracks down the latest scientific research on the causes of aging and effects on life expectancy, and also keeps you abreast of the wider impacts of life extension and the consequences for society when it arrives. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? Well, like I said, you can't, it's redundant. You already live forever. Your energy can neither be created nor destroyed. If you can't be destroyed, you can't die. People. And I started getting into it the other day, but oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Why do we do these things? I started getting into it the other day with you're never going to be honest enough because you don't know yourself. So when the questionnaire comes out for transferring yourself into anywhere, or you're answering all these questions about yourself, do you know yourself? Do you know your complete self? No, you don't. Will you expose all the parts of you that you do know? No, you won't. Because there's ego and there's, what will anybody say? But if you leave out an ingredient, it won't be that cake. You dig? So until the time comes when you can put yourself into something without the aid of a machine, a neural link, or any of that, which it's probably possible. You could do it yourself. I'm pretty sure. But I don't think it's up to a machine. I don't think it's up to a neural link. I think that's all stupid. And these are all just people playing on, they're kind of like NASA. They're opportunists and thieves. Can you imagine if NASA admitted that everything they've been doing is bullshit, or most of what they're doing is bullshit, and then had to explain what they've done with all that money? And wouldn't it be cool if NASA and all the other corporations that have been raping us all forever would have to have a class action lawsuit? Can you imagine? Let's divvy that up between everyone in the world. And why not, right? I mean, people lie to you all the time. People lie to you all the time. Who are the richest guys in the world? They keep trying to tell people how great they are, right? What great humanitarians they are, right? How much money would it take to fix everything that's supposedly wrong with the world right now? Probably not that much. Not more than those people have. They could all get together and, take care of everything. There's people starving in Africa. Well, let's move them to where there's food or let's feed them. But see, let's send people to space. Yeah, really? We haven't even explored Antarctica yet. Why do we need to send people there when we haven't gone there nor there yet? You know why we haven't gone there nor there yet nor there yet? Because they don't want to go there. They don't. They don't want to go there. Why is the military keeping people from exploring Antarctica? Because there are certain places, it's kind of like Area 51, there's certain places where you can't go. Could be to make people think there's something beyond there, but more than likely, it's because there is something beyond there. Otherwise, they wouldn't be, photoshopping all of the Google Maps images, Google Earth images. I say it all the time, but NASA admits to faking all their pictures pretty much that we see because they have to use composites and this and that, and you have to put things together. Okay, well, send us raw pictures. Let's see some raw pictures. They don't. They don't. Then they tell you stupid things. But see what I'm talking about? Doublespeak? Doublespeak. We're getting back to flat Earth again. Do I know if it's flat? No, I don't care if it's flat, if it's round, I just care that they're full of shit. It's not what they say it is. And for all intents and purposes, it doesn't matter. The only thing about that matters is that they've been lying. Why do they call it a horizon? Because it's curved? No, because it's horizontal. Otherwise, they call it the curvature of the Earth, not the horizon. Water seeks its own level. But this isn't a lesson in flat Earth or any of that. It's just common sense tells you things. Common sense tells you that is bull. It's as easy as looking at pictures that you took, I don't know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. If there's any pictures where the sky is prominent, look at the clouds. They're a lot different these days, aren't they? Yeah, but they tell you that's normal. That's normal. No, it's not. No, it's not. Crackpot conspiracy theorist. No, unhinged crackpot and scientifically illiterate conspiracy theorist. That's me. Thank you very much. But never claimed to be a scientist. I don't want to be a scientist. I used to want to be a mad scientist, but in the Gene Wilder, Young Frankenstein way, because I think that's pretty cool. Funny movie, too. But it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Another crazy thing is that people don't care. Like, some people that I talk to are like, even if that's the case, doesn't matter. I'm thinking, if that's the case, it does matter, because it must matter if it took that many people and that many years to cover something up that big. It matters. It matters. So that's the thing. What exactly is being covered up, right? Because if it was something little, they wouldn't go to this extent, would they? No. 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 I consider it part of my mission right now to discredit MUFON, Mutual UFO Network. Those of you that follow UFOs might know who they are. They seriously fucked with me, proving to me that they're bullshit. Yeah. I'm going to detail that in a future video, maybe. Let's see where that gets me, because something interesting always happens after I call them out on it. But whatever. Who am I? I'm just me. I'm just me. I'm just this guy trying to figure it out. So, do you want to live forever? You already do. You already do. Just don't get too bogged down. See, again, I'm saying this because I'm talking to myself right now. I watch these every day and I listen to what I say. And a lot of what I'm saying is for me. I'm talking to you. Who is me? My 7 subscribers. And whoever happens to view it. But I mean this for me. Because, I've been writing a book. It's up here. It's been there for about 40 years now. One day, it will make it to print. Maybe, if we're still printing things, but I think print is the way to go. I think the old way is the way to go. Somebody asked, is your book going to be all true? As true as every other book out there. and truer to many others. Many others. History, his story, period. Period. Let me put it to you. When they write the book, now this isn't getting into politics again. I'm using politics, but to explain something right now, to explain how history works, okay? Let's say writing the book about what happened in 2020. Let's say somebody writes a section about the Capitol riot on January 6th. If that someone is a Democrat or a liberal, January 6th, the worst thing since the Civil War. Oh my God, it was insane. If it's somebody from the other side, right wing, Republican, conservative, we walked in, we had flags. It wasn't a freaking insurrection. We were led in by the cops. They were. So depending on who's writing the book will be the agenda. History books are bullshit. They're bullshit. I'm convinced of it. These days, if I can't verify it, then I don't know. And I don't believe. Or I might believe, but I don't know. You know. I believe death isn't the end. Do I know? Well, yeah. I'll explain why some other time. But yeah, I do. Why? Well, because I have twice. Actual, that kind of thing. So, yeah, and it's not. So that is the biggest lie. That is the end. And again, these are things I believe. This isn't, you don't have to. Just another option. Some people believe that when you die, you're going to go sit on a cloud and play the harp with Jesus. I can't play the harp, sorry. And I think that would be boring anyway. What would heaven be for you? Heaven for me right now would be being in a place similar to the place we had in Ireland with my wife, the kids, all of them, the kitties, some critters, peace of mind, getting up in the morning. I already had heaven. I've had heaven. So I can have it again. You can too. There are some who say that hell is this. This that we're in now. This is hell. We're supposed to learn to get out of here, to move on to something better, not to get stuck down here. We're in hell. It's a little hot, but I got a good job. Only got to work 60 hours a week, and then I can have enough to eat and go get hammered every weekend with the boys. And yeah. Look, I wrote notes once today. I didn't happen to. I'm realizing that I should probably get a makeup person. No, but I should probably do these after I take a shower in the morning, not when I first wake up. But this is me, man. You're seeing me raw. I'm stumbling over words. I haven't shaved. I haven't combed my hair. I never do anyway. But, you know, this is me. This is what I think. This is what goes through my head. Luckily, you're not in there all the time because it is chaotic sometimes. And I don't always know what's coming out. It's a problem sometimes. Other times, in the middle of a conversation, what was I going to say? Things like that. So I don't know. I mean, do do I give advice? Not really, because I don't like to. Because what do I know? I have theories. Just trying to take it all in. Don't get bogged down in stupid shit. That's the main thing. Don't get bogged down with stupid shit. That's the advice I'll give you. And spend at least some time each day with nothing but this. That's the thing I have a hard time with. And I'm trying to get better at. Trying to minimize the noise. And by noise, it's any outside influence. That's any outside influence, because we need that. We need to recharge. We need to recharge. Let me tell you, Dum Dum, my favorite, my best friend, my kitty, she recharges at least once a day. You know what she does? She asks me to sit down so that she can sit on my lap. And then she sits there. And if I'm laying on the couch, she'll sit here, and she puts her her head behind my hand, and just hangs there. And I used to say, why is she doing this? Then I'm thinking, it's probably, that's her meditation. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with the heartbeat. She's got the heartbeat. I don't know. But she does that every night, every day. Like she has this thing where she goes in and out. She likes to be in and out all the time, in the door, out the door. She's one of only 2 cats that we have that go out, because we used to let them out. But our neighbor, after one of our cats after Fuzz was killed by the rabid groundhog, our neighbor killed our cat. One of our neighbors. That's another pattern. I'll get into some other time. Yeah, just a jerk. He admitted it. I took care of him and 9 others, probably. Because the cats walk through his yard. Nobody here has fences. Cats go wherever the hell they want. He had a lot of traps set up, and he would trap cats and just bring them out to the woods and kill them. Wow. But yeah. Well, shoot, I'm not really sure what the hell that was all about, but thanks for tuning in if you did. And hey, don't be shy. Leave a message. If you think I'm crazy, tell me I'm crazy. If you like what you hear, oh, coffee was cold. If you like what you hear, let me know also. Want to come on and talk sometime? Let me know. We can do that too. We can. I have a couple of things planned, but what I want to do here is talk to regular people too. You know what I mean? I mean, I have some musicians and writers lined up, but if you want to be a part, you want to talk about something someday, let me know. We'll sit here and we'll talk. Maybe with an audience, maybe not. It depends. That's up to them. All we can do is put it out there, right? It's okay. I got to get out of here. We got to work today, and it's getting late. So I will catch you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, it's not the end of the world. Just the end of the world as you know it. Others have said that. I'm saying it too, because it's true. Bye-bye.